Why, hello there. I'm Sin. We are in the Book Nook, and today we're going to talk about a very magical, cozy fantasy. I don't know if you read the book The Spell Shop by Beth Durst, but it was insanely cute and cozy and just absolutely lovely. And in it, there was a character that was a sentient spider plant called Kaz. And so this book, which is, could you say it's the sequel? Maybe, sort of ish. It's in the same universe. So it's called The Enchanted Greenhouse, which is Sarah Beth Durst's newest. You get to see what happened to the person who had created Kaz, the sentient spider plant. So, what you know happened from the prior book, if you had read it, was that the person who made Kaz was a librarian, and she performed illegal magic to turn this spider plant into a sentient being, and she got in trouble for that. And they came down on her very harshly because only Snoot Note sorcerers can use magic, and the Emperor of the Lands is all up in arms, and people are all whatever about it. So they turn her into a statue made of wood, and they display her in the library. They do this as a reminder so that when people see it, they're like, yeah, this is what happens if you use illegal magic. And pretty sure most people probably don't want to be turned into a statue. All right, so now we come to the Enchanted Greenhouse. And you come to the story, and you get like the court case where Turlu, who is the person who created Kaz, is in court, and you see the sentencing and what happened, and the head librarian from her library stood up for her, but she still got this horrible sentence. So while she was a statue, she could still like see stuff and hear. So she was there, but a statue, which was horrible. All of a sudden, one day, she comes to and becomes flesh again, and she's in this forest, and it's snowing, and it's cold, and nobody is around anywhere, and she finds she's by this greenhouse. She eventually makes her way in, and what she finds inside is just beautiful and magical and lush and lovely. This is another cozy fantasy. The descriptions are so vibrant and beautiful, and that's part of the joy, I think, of reading this. It's a whole different animal from the spell shop, but still kind of the same vein of lovely coziness. There is a romance in it, because, that tends to happen in these books. So Turlu finds herself in this greenhouse. Thank God it's warm in there and she's not freezing anymore. And she starts wandering around, and she goes from like greenhouse after greenhouse. Like she keeps coming into these rooms, and like one room will be all like tropical, another will be like all cactuses, and there's all sorts of like crazy magical things too. There'll be like a water-based room and this, that, and the other. And so she's seeing all this stuff, and no one is anywhere around, but she does find a winged cat, and the winged cat seems to like her immediately and starts hanging out with her. And if you've been around the channel, you know I love books that have cats in them. So the winged cat, just very cute. Its name is Emerald. Eventually, she finds this very grumpy gardener. Could this be the love interest of the story? Yeah, probably, because for half the book, it's only like them and the cat. So the writing is delicious. Like there's also lovely food descriptions in it as well, because the gardener is also an exquisite baker. I feel like a lot of these cozy books have just wonderful food descriptions that will make you hungry when you read it. So you've been forewarned. I did like the characters quite a bit. I always find it kind of funny when it's like that like stumbly bumbly kind of romance where it's like, yeah, you have the grumpy gardener, and then you have Turlu, and she doesn't believe he could possibly like her. And just because with her kind of backstory as you get into like where she came from, and what she was doing with her life and working in the library. And so, low self-esteem, I would call it. And then you have the grumpy gardener who comes off kind of gruff sometimes, but then like sometimes she thinks he might like her, and other times she's like, oh no, couldn't possibly be, and this, that, and the other. So you have the stumbly bumbly of their cute and cozy romance as they find their way towards each other. And so what she finds out too when she's in these greenhouses is that, okay, there is all these other greenhouses that have failed. The reason these greenhouses are able to exist was there was a sorcerer who had enchanted all of them, and now the sorcerer has passed on, the enchantments are starting to fail, and she decides she wants to help save all these greenhouses. And it's a lovely story. Did I like it as much as the first one? I like it, I think, almost as much as the first one. It was an absolutely lovely read. Like, if you need something that's just sweet and uplifting and people are kind to each other, yet a little grumpy, and there's yummy food descriptions and such, this book is great. Are there more sentient plants in this? There definitely could be. So we don't see Kaz again, but there are, a little tidbits that kind of connect the story. So I'm still stuck on like, okay, it's a sequel, but it's not at all because it's not the same characters. You have mention of the other characters from the spell shop, but it's a whole new story and a whole new set of people. And I really like this realm and this place that Sarah Beth Durst has created. And I'm hoping she'll do more books in this with more wonderful food and magical plants and magical creature creation, because her descriptions are just awesome. I cannot state that enough. Wonderful descriptive writing. Some people do it really well, and I feel she really does. It just kind of leaps off the page, and it makes it such an enjoyable experience. And that is truly something that I love to find in a book. Big fan of that. And it's funny, I never knew, like, she's written a ton of books. I'd never heard of her till the Spell Shop came onto my radar. So I'm curious to check out her other books. She has a YA book coming out. I'm not sure when. I think it's like called the something Inn. I want to call it The Wandering Inn, but I feel like that's not the correct title. So yeah, she has another book coming out. And if you like cozy fantasy and you haven't checked out this author, good chance that you will enjoy it because it's super cute. And I would definitely recommend it. And if you enjoyed hanging out today, hit that subscribe button, come back, see me again, and we'll talk about more bookish things and weird stuff.